Good morning, happy Monday. My name is Kev, and this is my vlog. This is a vlog about how I get through my week coping with schizoaffective, which is bipolar 1 and schizophrenia put together. cPTSD, which is complex PTSD, and inattentive ADD. I'm just opening my windows to get my day started. My dog is having her breakfast, and I am having my cup of coffee, and I'm watching things that make me laugh. Right now it happens to be John Oliver and Grover outtakes. I slept good last night, and I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I'm not in too much pain, just a little discomfort. I slept good, and I'm kind of ready to get Monday started. I'm a little excited. I have an interesting week. I have some meetings today. I have a muscle music meeting in a little bit, about an hour. After that, I have a Tomfoolery meeting, which is an organization that I work with. And then I'm going to be prepping for a show later this week. I have a blues concert to perform. And I think I got some other stuff going on today that I can't really think of right now. But I feel up, I feel awake, alive, and sharp. And I'm having my coffee, and I'm doing some laughing. And then I'll be going into some meetings. So here we go on Monday. Hi, I went through my morning co-regulating session with muscle music. And on a scale of 1 to 10 today, I'm kind of I have a 7 energy, but I have some anxiety and some discomfort and some depression, but I'm also, if I kind of scratch at the surface there, I could easily be a 2. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Part of my bipolar diagnosis is rapid cycling, which means where some people have a depressive or a manic episode that might last 6 months, a year, or a couple weeks. Mine go very quickly. And they might last a day, they might last an hour. So this morning, as I'm going through my meetings, my mood is going, oh, I'm doing good. Oh, I feel horrible. Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, I feel horrible. And I'm trying to find a nice medium ground there. I did get some laughing in today. Some people in the different groups made me laugh, so that's good. After that meeting, and I got up and moving a little bit, which is good. My body is feeling pretty good. Just a slight discomfort. After that, I had a Tomfoolery meeting. Tomfoolery is a Boston organization of musicians who are in recovery from mental illness. And we go out and perform at the shelters and psych units and group homes and mental health advocacy events and such around Boston and the surrounding area. So we had a meeting, a nice Monday morning check-in with them too. And so now, I also had my work accountability, which I'm in right now for another half hour, and I have been working. I'm working on creating my EPK. What an EPK stands for is electronic press kit, which most musicians, singer-songwriters need. But mine hasn't been updated in 10 years or so, and it's not really usable. So I would like to get some more gigs. I'd like to get out there performing more, and I also want to make some money to fund my album. So first thing I need is a new electronic press kit. So I kind of got all the links together. I wrote up a bio, which I don't really like doing because then you have to write about yourself. And I put that all together in a Google document, and then pretty soon I'm gonna start going through the places that I used to play at a lot, maybe send them some emails. And I have to be careful because I don't drive. So I have to take gigs at very certain places that I know I can get to and get home from late at night. After the gig, you know, buses stop running, or I need to be able to make it to the subway and to the train and things like that, or go to places that are in walking distance. And so I'm going to select probably later on today, you know, make a little list of places that I'm going to email saying, hey, I'm back out and looking for gigs and I would love to perform. And I'll probably make a list of open mics that I might go to, just because I enjoy open mics, and they can also get your name out there a little bit in the community. So that's what I'm working on today. My dog is having a grumpy day. I think she's feeling needy and of attention. So I think we're gonna try to go outside and catch some of the sun. Wanna go outside? Yeah, she does. Okay. I'm gonna take her outside, then I'm gonna finish my work accountability session. And I'm gonna be mindful of my mood as it goes down. When it goes down, it feels like it's never gonna go up, but it'll go up. And when it goes up, just remember to land when it comes back down. And if I get more grounded, which going outside will really do in the sunlight, and I get more grounded emotionally and mentally in reality, check in on myself and my world, then my mood will regulate and kind of settle somewhere. And the activities that I do to do that can kind of tell you where I'm gonna land in my mood. If my activities are mope around and you know, do negative things, then I'm gonna end up with a negative mood. So go for a walk, go outside, get some sun. Those are all good positive things, and regulate my mood. I'll be back. I am out of my work accountability session, and I'm feeling a little better after checking in with people. I got what I needed done. I got an email, you know, a document written up that I could send out for an email to get gigs. So that's what I was hoping for. I also took the dog outside. We got some sunlight. She got to she doesn't talk. She got to get pet by some of the people in the hallway, which she likes. We got some sunlight, and then I took her by to visit my neighbor, and now she's sleeping on the floor. So I got a lot done, but what I did not get done was take a shower or eat anything. I'm not really feeling any appetite today, but I have a plan. So I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna put on some music that will maybe get me singing, and then when I come out, I'll have something to eat. And let's see. Also, I'm gonna go for a walk today. It looks very sunny and warm, but it's kind of cold out. But I feel like I got to start doing that on the daily. Even on the days that I don't want to. If I never went on the days I want to, I would never go for a walk. It's easier just to stay warm in here, you know. But you bundle up and you get out there, I guess. It really clears my head, and it really grounds me, and it's part of my routine during the spring, summer, and fall, but during the winter it kind of falls off. And I can feel it, you know. So I'm looking forward to the warm weather and working it back into my routine. I'm afraid it might be a little too windy down here, but I decided to go for a walk. I spent much of the afternoon rehearsing and putting together what I'll be playing on Thursday's show. Did some rehearsing, and then it was getting near sunset, so I thought I'd come down to the beach. And I got my soup, and you can see the river. My mood's been pretty good. I feel good today. I thought it would just be nice and peaceful to come down here and walk on the shore and drink my soup. My body feels good. I'm happy with what I got done today, and I don't feel like I really had to dig myself out of too much of a hole today, and that's nice to have that kind of break. I'm just gonna tonight. I'm gonna go back and after I hang out here for a while. Isn't that beautiful? And I have a hating marketing less meeting, more like a support group. And I think we're going to talk about making positive changes and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. But the rest of the day, I'm just going to take it easy and enjoy the spaces where I'm at. This is about a 5-minute walk from my house, so it's really easy for me. And there's usually hardly anybody here because it's not an ocean beach; it's a river beach. The ocean is that way. But all right, I'm gonna enjoy the beach. So I just had my marketing. Okami's having a difficult day today. I don't think she's feeling great, but she's an older dog, so I think she's just having a tired day. But I did my marketing meeting, and it was very good, very useful. It helped me discover kind of what project I should be working on and putting some attention into. And it made me feel good about myself, too. We kind of wrote letters to, ourselves and stuff, and it worked out really nice. So we're gonna call it a night. And tomorrow I have some things to do. I have a work accountability and I have some meetings. I gotta change the strings on my guitar, and I think go to the food bank and stuff like that. So it'll be a good busy day tomorrow. Oh boy, look at this dog. She is a princess. Good dog, yeah, good dog. Tongue hanging out. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early Tuesday. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and didn't sleep that great last night, and neither did my dog. But we ended up falling asleep kind of early in the morning, and then I slept in, so it's about 10:30 now. But I didn't miss anything. I kind of knew that I could sleep in because my first meeting isn't till noon today. So I've been up. I took the dog out for a walk. My mind is a little on fire. It's kind of like comments are constant, race and repeating, consistent and careless, combative, misleading. That's the way my brain is today. So I'm gonna do things to counteract it, positive things. I don't have a lot going on today. I have a meeting. I want to rehearse for Thursday's show, and that's all I really have written in stone for today. I'll probably do some other things, and I definitely want to get outside for a walk. It looks like it's a nice sunny day out there. So that's the plan for today. Not too much today. Gonna kind of take it easy. Here we go. Today has been a day of, well, I actually got some stuff done. I booked a gig for the town of Beverly that I live in to help a nonprofit there. I worked on, connected with someone about a collaboration in songwriting, and picked up around the apartment, spent some time with my dog. It's a really nice day out. I am headed to the food bank, get some food, and then when I get back, my goal is to change my guitar strings, which I do not like doing, but I'm I'm putting electric strings on an acoustic, which is not great, but I don't have any acoustic strings, so I'm gonna go with that. See how it sounds anyways for my show on Thursday. So I'll check in later. So I just came from the food bank and I had an interesting conversation. I've been to many food banks in my life, and often when you go to food banks, it can be intimidating at first. And I know that when I first started to need to use food banks, I was very intimidated and nervous to go in to a food bank. And but throughout my life, I've used many of them. And just like everything, there are good ones and bad ones. And the majority that I have gone through and used, you kind of go up, you fill out some paperwork, and they give you 2 bags of food, and that's it. The food bank that I go to here, it's called Bootstraps, and it is the model of a food bank and community helping program that I think would be wonderful to see in other places. So I talked to the manager there, and we're gonna see about maybe bringing you all on a tour of the food bank that I go to. If you'd like to see what that looks like, leave a message in the comments. Well, I'm out for a walk, gonna catch the sunset, and I've had a pretty good day today. I got some things done in the morning, which I always do. I was laughing at my comedy that I watched. I got some errands done, put some food in the fridge, and changed the strings on my guitar, which I was really dreading. And I met someone new today and have been chatting with them, so it's been nice. So I'm going for a little sunset walk, and the rest of my evening is just I'm gonna chill out and relax. Probably watch my show, Critical Role. And then tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't have a lot going on that. It's really just prep for Thursday. I think. Oh, I just have meetings, you know. I'll do my muscle music, and I think I have a Toonfoolery meeting, so we'll check back in at the end of the night. Hopefully my mood is still good. I'm feeling about a 9 out of 10. Hopefully I don't get hit by a car. All right, thanks. It is a really nice night out. Probably the first really nice night where you can just kind of go with a sweater or a hoodie on. So I'm going for a walk, and I just did a little jam with my neighbor. Now I'm gonna go for a walk. I am going to treat myself to some ice cream, and at the store I'm gonna buy some and bring it home, and break in my guitar strings by just kind of fiddling on my guitar the rest of the night. And they're very light strings, and I'm used to a heavy string, so I'll need to adjust the way I play. So that's gonna be my evening. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It's Wednesday morning. I forget what I was gonna say. I slept well. The dog slept well, but we had bad dreams. I don't remember my dreams, but I wake up in a different state, with a lot of fear and shock and different things. I wake up. So the day seems overwhelming, and it's only because how I'm feeling right now. But I'm having my cup of coffee, I'm rocking in my rocking chair. I'm watching my dog eat breakfast. So that is settling me a little bit, and today is not a bad day. I'm gonna spend much of my time rehearsing for my show tomorrow. And then I have some nonprofit meetings that I want to go to. And I want to kind of take it easy today, and just focus on that. And I need to ground myself because I'm not really in reality. So what I'm gonna do, the plan, is I'm gonna have my coffee, and I'll probably have another one. But it looks nice out, so the plan is to go for a walk, get down to the water, and feel grounded, go through my thoughts, and see what's going on up there. Other than that, when I look at the reality of my situation today, things are good. The state of the union is good today, but I feel not good. So we're gonna change that. That's my job, is to make myself feel good for the day and get stuff done. All right, here we go. You ready, Okami? Cheers to Wednesday. Well, I was feeling kind of bummed this morning. My mood was going down, and I was getting ready for my Toonfoolery meeting. And I was kind of like, oh no, what can I do? And I didn't really do anything. I guess I just changed my mindset where, because I had a bit of a eureka moment, I guess that's what it was, is I was in my meeting and they were offering up these gigs and that I really enjoy doing, but I couldn't do them because it would require too much travel. And then I had a kind of a eureka moment where I could fix many problems at once by picking up more gigs, making more money, and doing more of the shelters and psych units, which I like to do. So I'm excited now to kind of figure that all out in my head, because I just had the eureka moment 20 minutes ago or so I haven't really worked it through. So I thought, it's a nice sunny day out, and I haven't been to the woods in a while, so I'm thinking I might go, although I see some rain coming. I don't know. I want to go for a walk. And I don't know if I'm going to go to the ocean or to the woods. So I guess we'll find out in just a bit. But right now I'm going to go take a shower, have something to eat, and put on some music and try to get my body moving a little bit. I'm glad that I didn't let the negative thoughts continue going downward. Had a nice little conversation with a new friend this morning about music. So all in all, it's been a pretty good morning. And now I'm gonna go keep plugging away. All right. Hello, I made it to the woods. This is I call it the woods. It's just a small wooded area by my house that follows the river. And it's a really nice, calming walk. So I wanted to come walk through here, and it's my first time in this year, in the spring, to walk through here. Some of it can be uphill and I get winded. So today is a good test for me because I had a procedure done a while ago. I haven't done a lot of big exercising or difficult hikes. This is not a difficult hike, but the shape I'm in right now, it actually hasn't been too bad. So I have these ideas of how I can get more gigs and play more psych units and play out in public more. But I have some things to work out. A doggy babysitter for those nights, and transportation, and especially which dates I can do. So I'm walking through here and thinking about that. And the rest of the day is going to be rehearsal, playing guitar. In the summer, I love to come out here. I do several things out here. But I bring my guitar out here and picnic, and I will spend hours out here playing guitar. I'll bring my easel out here and do some drawing. And a little silly thing that I do is I buy these little clay painted gnomes, and there's lots of mushrooms that grow around here. So I'll bring one or two with me, and when I see a cool mushroom, I'll stick the little gnome underneath it. You can see pictures on my Instagram of, if you scroll down to last year, of the different little gnomes that I've left out by the mushrooms here. I don't know why I do it, just a fun little thing I do. Okay. Whew. So, gonna think about what's coming up. I'm gonna try to enjoy the hike. I already feel grounded just being here in the woods. So I'm just gonna enjoy my time here and get grounded myself. This is a spot where I like to come and sit with my guitar by this tree here and play and have snacks and just hang out during the day when I have a day off. And the view is really pretty, and there's usually lots of watery ocean birds, I don't know what you call them, waterfowl, that you can watch, and little critters running around, so I kind of make this my spot. Well, it is the end of the day. It's Wednesday. End of Wednesday. I had a great walk, and I came back home, and I did some rehearsing, and I went to a muscle music group tonight where we kind of worked on our trauma and stuff. And that was pretty heavy, but it was also, it lifted some weight, so it was good. It wasn't what I was expecting, but in a good way. Then I hung out with my neighbor, hung out with my dog, and now I'm heading to bed. Tomorrow I gotta get up, and I have a doctor appointment before my show. And then I'm gonna prep for the show a little bit too. So I hope I sleep well tonight. I feel like I'm gonna go head off to bed. Good morning, it's Thursday. I was just out getting some coffee and some milk and some soup. We have lots of construction going on down by my house, so I have to kind of take the long way home. Today I have a cardiology appointment in West Roxbury at the VA, and I've been looking forward to going to the cardiologist because I had a cardiac incident back in January, and I want to make sure that everything is good. And then after that, we have the show at Backbeat, which is the place where I just went and got coffee. So I'm looking forward to today. I didn't sleep well last night. I got a couple hours, and my body is achy. But I'm gonna go home, have my cup of coffee, watch some comedy, and then be good to go, hopefully. Hey, I just finished my doctor's appointment with my cardiologist, and my heart looks healthy, and I'm waiting to pick up my medications for the next time that I see him. And so that looks good. I'm feeling pretty good, and it's a good peace of mind that everything is, when the doctor does all the checks and puts the electrodes on and says, yes, your heart is good. So that always makes me feel good. On the ride over here, I spent the time in the lift working on my set list for tonight. And it's more of just a list of songs that I would like to do, not in a specific order, and what keys I'll be doing them in, and texted them off to some people who might be playing with me tonight, a drummer and a guitar bass player. So most of the time, I didn't bring my headphones. I've just been playing and rehearsing in my head and with my fingers, and that's been kind of fun, going over the lyrics, and I'm gonna try some new stuff tonight. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll check in later when I'm back home. Yeah, you never miss your mother, no. just had my first set. Well, I did an opening set, and then someone came up and played some bluegrass and wanted me to play along, so I did that. He's still playing, but I wanted to take a break because I have another 40-minute set to do. But there's a good crowd, good energy, and I love the sound system here, so I'm enjoying my time here. And you can see the sunset right over there. It's beautiful, and I'm not even wearing a jacket, right? It's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. So I'm just gonna chill out a little bit, listen to some open micers, and then go do my set. So I had a good time at the show, and I think I went up on stage and did 3 different sets of music. So that was a lot of fun. I got to play with some other people, and I am very sore now. I wasn't in any pain, but now that I've come home and have relaxed, my shoulder is in a lot of pain. So I'm just gonna relax here for a little bit, watch some Critical Role because it's Thursday night, and then I'm gonna head to bed and just try to relax. And hopefully tomorrow I won't be in too much pain. But my mood is good, and I had a good time today. And I'm happy that I had a good check-in with the doctor. And yeah, so all is good. See you tomorrow, which will be Friday. Good morning. It is Friday morning. I slept pretty good last night, but I'm in a decent amount of pain today. So I'm up and I'm having my coffee, and I'm watching my comedy, and I'm gonna try to relax. And today we go down to the community room and we do a jam. And last night's show, I did 3 sets, and I think I played for a total of 2 hours. And my shoulder and my arm is really hurting. So I don't know how I'm gonna do with jam today, loading everything downstairs and then playing. But I'm gonna take it as it comes, and I don't have a high pressure day today. So I'm gonna do some things for me. I'll do my muscle music. I'll go for a walk, probably go to the thrift store and look around there and just kind of try to have a nice day. I had a great show last night. I had a wonderful time, and I was proud of myself for doing it. So let's hope today is a good day too. Well, I did my muscle music this morning, and that went well. I was in too much pain to do any of the other stuff. So I was heading out to take a walk and wearing this. But I got outside and it was a little too cold, so I'm going back to get another jacket. I'm gonna go for a walk, try to bring down my anxiety. It is very high, and so I think a walk will do me some good. It is cold and windy, but I got a coffee here at Backbeat, and I'm gonna head to the thrift store and see if they got any cool stuff, because it's always different stuff. It's like a really cool flea market or yard sale. So I'm gonna go look around there, and I don't know where I'm going after that. But just being out and walking is starting to feel a little better, so that's good. Happy to hear. Well, it's a little too cold and a little too windy for me today. I was gonna walk and do some talking, but it's really cold just to be out here. And the wind died down for a minute, but it's gonna pick up again once I hit the street, and you won't be able to hear me. And I'm finding it hard to relax my muscles that are sore, but for some reason I'm actually feeling a little better physically. Maybe because I'm cold, I'm not thinking about how sore I am, or maybe it's shocking it out of my system, I don't know. But I'm heading home, and I got a heating pad I'm gonna lay on for a while, and gonna kind of take it easy, spend some time with the dog, and just take care of myself physically today. But I feel like, my anxiety has gone down a little, and that makes the day more manageable. So, hey, I'm back here at Backbeat again. I did a big loop. All right, I'll check in later to see how the day's going. Oh, I spoke to my neighbor and I canceled the jam for today, which I always feel bad doing because I know they kind of look forward to jamming today, but I spoke to the people I jam with and I just said I just can't do it today. And maybe we'll jam Saturday or Sunday. I think I have some show this weekend. I do know that I have a sound check that I have to go to this evening with students with psychosis to do their Instagram open mic at the end of the month. So I think the sound check is today. Other than that, I don't have a lot of pressure on me today, except just to relax. All right, almost there. So throughout the day, my shoulder pain kind of went up and down. So I spent a lot of the day in bed with the dog with the heating pad on, just relaxing, and I'm feeling better. I got up, played some guitar, and visited with my neighbor and hung out with my dog. I'm getting ready to go into a muscle music group, and that will end my day. After that, I'm going to have, I'm also making dinner, some chicken with little mashed potatoes and green beans. So I'm gonna eat dinner and watch a little Critical Role and head to bed, hopefully nice and early. So when I wake up tomorrow, maybe I won't have to deal with the pain. But my mood is okay ending today. It was up and down today. And I was really just thinking about my discomfort, really, most of the day. All right, well, so I'll either see you tomorrow or check in after my meeting. Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and I'm having a difficult morning. I'm still in pain from yesterday through my shoulder and my chest, and so I'm gonna take it easy today. I don't have a lot going on today, so I can take it easy. Tonight I have a show on Instagram with students with schizophrenia, and that's pretty much all I have today, so I'm gonna rest today. Emotionally, mentally, I'm not doing that great because of the physical stuff. I'm normally a very physically active person, and I can't be right now. And then I have a lot on my mind. I sometimes have other friends of mine who tell me, you know, I'm always doing something. I'm always working on something. I'm always busy, and I keep myself busy. It's a little chilly out here, and there's a reason for that. I very much feel my mortality often. My dad passed away from heart disease at 55, and I am 50, and I have heart disease. I've had heart attacks, and I have stents in my heart. So it really makes me think about my mortality, that there's a lot I want to do in this life, and I don't feel like I have a lot of time to do it. I feel like I don't have a lot of time on this earth, and I want to get a lot of things done. And so I feel a constant rush of, let's get stuff done. You know how I often end these little segments with, let's go do it, you know? And that has to do with my mortality. So there's a lot that I want to accomplish in this life, and I don't feel like I have a lot of time left to do it. I have a bad heart, and I can't do the things that I want to do and be as active as I want to be. Something I have to accept. Yeah, it's kind of scary. You know, the doctor told me some pretty harsh stuff and said my heart is healthy, but Um, if I don't take these pills every day, then I could die. And that's pretty scary and pretty wake me up. And so I have a lot of music I want to get out there. I want to tell my story. I want to reach people and I want to help people. And I don't feel like I have a lot of time to do it. So today I'm going to take it easy. Hopefully I'll do some writing, rest up, use the heating pad, take lots of hot showers, and try to relax today. Get ready for my show tonight, and make the best of this day. Happy Saturday. So I decided to get through today. I could do one or two things that would work for me. One of them is to take a walk. I think even though I'm in pain and discomfort, if I take a nice walk, I'll probably be feeling physically better by the time I get home. And the other one is to do what I call a factory reset, or restart my computer, which is just basically lay down, take a nap, and wake up and restart the day with a different perspective. I don't like to take naps. I've never been one who likes to take naps, but my body feels like I could really use a nap, and my dog is sleeping right here. And I don't have the get up and go to go for a walk. So choosing the two options, I'm going to try a factory reset and lay down for an hour and put the heating pad on. And then when I get up, I just took a shower, but I'll probably get up and take another shower and start the day again. And if then I still need it, I can then go for a walk. So here we go. I'm going to press the power button. Well, the hard reset seemed to work. I laid down with the dog for a few hours and kind of dozed in and out and stayed off my shoulder. And I feel a little better. I don't think I fell asleep. I probably dozed in and out. But my dog laid with me the whole time, which was very nice, and put her weight up against me right on my shoulder, and it felt good. So I'm up, and it's just the beginning of the afternoon, and I'm gonna go for a walk and stop at the store, and then when I come home, I'll probably visit my neighbor and then prep up for my show tonight. Hello. So I spent some time. I had something to eat, and I hung out with my neighbor, and we played a little music, and I was starting to hurt again. So I have 2 hours before I do the Instagram show. So I figured I'd relax for a little while and hang out with this dog who has been sleeping all day. But I just fed her dinner, so I'm gonna do the show in a little bit, and I'm just gonna relax until then, and then probably have an early night. Well, I finished the show for students with psychosis, and it was good. I got to see the host Cecilia, and we talked a bit about, I sang the song before, and I got to talk a bit about how when I wrote it, I was going through a hard time, and I knew I had been in this situation before, and I would probably someday be here again. And I wrote this song to remind me that you've been here before and you've gotten through it, and so now that you're here again, you know that you can get through it. So I played that song, and I got to talk a little bit, and that was fun. Then I took the dog downstairs and went and visited my neighbor, and we watched some Wild Wild West, the old TV show. And now I'm gonna have some sherbet and watch a movie, and I don't know what yet, and probably The Legend of Vox Machina. and head to bed. So tomorrow I don't really have anything, just gonna be chilling. So yeah. Well, happy Sunday. It's Sunday morning and there's nobody out and about, which is kind of weird. I didn't sleep last night, and I think because I slept so much the day before that I couldn't sleep. But I laid in bed all night and rested. And my shoulder is not in as much pain. Still in some pain. So I'm going for a walk this morning. Oh, there's a dog. 2 dogs, yeah. Going for a walk, gonna get some coffee. And I'm gonna rest today. I don't have anything really planned for the day. So I'm gonna rest myself and then prep for the week. Get ready for Monday. Monday I have a shelter show, so looking forward to that. Well, I think that's where we're gonna leave the video for the week. I'm gonna go edit it and upload it to YouTube. Doggy dog. But she didn't get much viewing this week, huh? You weren't in the video too much. I noticed that most of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so I just wanted to remind you to click the subscribe button, because I'm shooting for, you gotta see this face. I'm shooting for a target subscriber number, and so if you can remember to subscribe, that would be awesome. Good dog. Who's a good dog? You are? You're the good doggy? Yeah. Oh. We'll leave you with that message for the week. Nice sleepy dog. Thanks everybody for watching my vlog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Have a good week.